they're always going to be prioritizing the Shen, as we said a while ago, and the priority to the Zoe is really good. Right now, they're back at it. Senna being available is just very disruptive for a team like this. A team like Nova, during the past years, have picked the Senna time and time again, and they're just doubling down. And as we said too a while ago, Akali is a priority pick in the CN conference, and that's why the second pick is just at that.
Yeah, Remake having a really high win rate on this particular champion, Senna, allowing Nova Esports to get the wins as much as possible in most of their games. KBG, we can see, you know, the Akali going towards Anran or KG, because both of them are really strong in this particular champion as well. So that flex pick is gonna do a lot of work in the, you know, unpredictability in this first picking phase.
Yeah. And now with that, having Galio as expected, with the Gragas ban, this is going to be the top 3 supports that we're going to be seeing every time. The Galio to the Nautilus, if they're going to be picking something, a Renekton or a Riven could also be good for the second pick that they have for the side of Nova Esports. They can just pick up that Riven. Oh, priority on the Garen. They still want to go for the full bruiser composition. With Nova Esports actually having the priority on the Senna, this Garen is a really good pick.
Yeah, I mean, now you have 2 really strong and durable champions ready to be in the front line for you. Yeah, KBG right now is responding with backline threat with the Ziggs.
Oh, that's
but
good.
Still, yeah, it is a good pick here for KBG. They want to reach the backline. They want to have that executing damage. But again, with the Galio, with the Senna, a lot of protection is available for them. You have the Dawning Shadow to provide that shield. You have the Hero's Entrance to provide that safety net in a large radius. And now that's the goal here of Nova Esports, to try and interfere with the positionings here and try to just out-CC them and out-sustain KBG.
Honestly, I can see the Ziggs being a very good pick, because considering that most of the players here for Nova Esports, when you pick a Senna as the first pick, most of the time you expect that everybody's going to stick together. So the AoE damage from the Ziggs is just going to be multiplied a lot more. But here, the next bans that we're going to be seeing for the Zed, the Yone getting banned, the priorities that we have from this place, the respect that they have for this junglers that we have for today is just there. They don't want to have the Gwen. They don't want to have the priority of the Yone. I do hope that Long picks the Lee Sin for their side here, because if they want to sustain with this early game composition, a Lee Sin could really magnify that picks that they have. But for the side of KBG, so far, I'm really liking their picks. I do hope that they add a bit more CC just to make this Akali work a lot more.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of champions here of KG actually removed from the scene. That leaves the Jax here for him to actually pick up. It can be really risky, especially with the amount of, you know, pressure that always thrown at the Jax, given that he is a really hard to scale up champion towards the late game. And given the composition provided here by Nova Esports, they can attempt to bully the Baron lane and try to prevent him from ever reaching his power spike. Now, as you do hover the Corki, this signifies a scaling momentum as well here in the side of Nova Esports to pair it up with the Senna that they have. So maybe in the early game, they can, you know, have some downsides, and especially in trying to prevent KG from scaling up. But with the Kha'Zix, that might just fix everything for them.
Yeah, with the Kha'Zix, this is really nice to have for this composition at that. Remember, what we're looking at here is a Jax, Akali, and even a Vi. There's a lot of firepower for Long to actually make use of with this Kha'Zix, which is why it is a really good pick against them. They do have a bit of tankiness, a damage that they can look forward to in the side of Nova. So KBG, with the composition, they are looking a lot more to go for the single target. Ziggs going for the Mega Inferno Bomb, and the execution happens for all of the other teammates that they have for KBG. On the side of Nova, they want to sustain long fights. So that's why they have Long to execute, and they do have a lot of the members from the side of Nova to actually just take over this early stages and just make use of this Kha'Zix after getting their first items.
It's very scary though to think that KBG having to pick up the Vi would provide a lot of safety actually for KG, even in the mid lane. And with the help of the Nautilus as well there by Uhu, there's a lot of playmaking potential on the side of KG to actually, threaten the scaling of Nova Esports. Because you have the Corki, you have the Senna. It would take some time to actually scale up. Even if you have the Kazakhs, no one is actually there aside from the Galio to actually enable this champion of Long. So there's some gaps that we are seeing right now on the side of Nova Esports. Hopefully they are going to be able to patch it up within the game. Because KG, they do not let people just get away when making mistakes. They are really good at punishing, and they make very, very little mistakes, almost as clean as it gets. And even if they do have really scaling champions, their late game is very scary. Because of the Akali, because of the Jax, Neon and Remake might be threatened a lot in the backline.
Look at the set that they had here. Look at the rotations that we had for both of our teams, right? Because they know that the Jax is not going to be having an easier time on the Baron lane, because most of the time people just double up on the Baron lane. This is what they did. They swapped out Yize onto the bot side, or rather the top side, and even swapped KG onto the bot lane. And this just makes it easier for them to work around it. So this is going to be a challenge that they need to cover, because they have a Galio in the bot lane, and Jax is just going to be farming easily there.
Yeah, I love the presentation as well, the graphics that we are seeing right now. There's the same graphics we do see in the WRL 2020 and the Legend Cup 2023 in the CN conference. Very different from the APAC, as now we do see, KG taking a bit of damage there from the pokings of Remake and Yami. Well, the goal is to bully the Jax and prevent him from getting those crucial CS, and also provide that stability for Remake as he does scale up. The Nova Esports, so far in this early instance of the game, have a really good setup. But eyes on Baron lane for sure, because later on, that is going to be coming by to try and secure this first blood for KBG.
Yeah, look at them rotating back here. That is going to be the challenge here every time for them, because when they're going to be rotating back here for the side of KBG, Yize is not going to be having a problem here, but KG is having the biggest of problems. So far, when it comes to the rotation during the early stages of our game, I do believe that Nova Esports were just on top of KBG time and time again, and the reason why is because KG is not having a good time in the bot lane. Even though that he's taking a bit of items here, he's still on a big disadvantage here in the bot side. He's not even able to get close to them. Anu is here for quite a bit of time, took a bit of time on the top side, and the rotation happened again because they don't want to give the disadvantage to KG.
Yep, now as they actually group up here in the bottom side river, that's it, engage!
Cease and desist happens, and now they're going to be starting the fight. They're going to be slowing it down. Ooh, going to come back, Justice Punch to his head. And Run was able to do some damage, but not enough to actually get the win there. And Nova is just going to back away from that fight.
Yeah, Anon almost got a kill there onto Yami with a perfect execution. Unfortunately, he was interrupted by Remake and forced to just use that ulti to escape. Now, no kill so far by both sides. Both of them are sizing up on each other. Nova Esports trying to get some plates here in the mid lane. That will just be, respected here by KBG. As Anran will be securing, the wave here. Only losing 2 plates in that first tier tower.
Yeah. And now with that, we're going to be stopping for just a bit here. And I hope that we do start to see a little bit more of our players. We're just going to be having a bit of a pause, but we've seen from our game a while ago that was a really good start of the game. This is the difference between the APAC Conference and the CN Conference. Here comes the game, and that has a lot of things has happened after those minutes.
Oh, yeah.
1 minute, actually.
I wonder, just a minute has gone by. Gold still even. No kills just yet. No tower takedowns. So still relatively even here for both sides, except for the damage that Nova Esports has done towards that middle tier 1 tower of KBG. And we're just a few seconds away from having these objectives spawn up. Given that it's a mountain dragon, it would take time for any team to actually take it down. KBG just leveling down on the vision here in the bottom side river, trying to set up maybe a play as that charges up. No victim just yet.
Yeah. Still not starting any of the objectives that we've seen so far. On the top right side of the map, we're going to be seeing that there's a lot of players, especially that is waiting here on the bottom side of the map, waiting for any praise that he can take a look at.
Ooh.
But here, all the damage onto KG, this is one of the disadvantage that they have as a team here, is because when they start a fight, they remember they still have a Jax that they need to think about. But because they can get themselves to a position, this is the difference between on the CN Conference. They can just give the objective. They can just wait before they can come in with their items. Right now, they're just going to be waiting for it.
Valkyrie has been used there by the Corki, so that will, give some time here for KG to actually set up. But actually, it's Nova China setting up here in the bottom lane. That's a perfect execution.
Line was able to hit, and that's going to be coming in. That's going to be one down. Neon is going to be down onto the dumps. Airplane's going to fall down. Hero's entrance is not going to be seeing anybody, but they got the Drake just yet. So they're going to be starting. They're still not done. Now Andra's going to be the target. They still got it. Long got the advantage here. And we've seen it time and time again. Long is great at executing these objectives.
Yeah, and really good execution as well. The priority on the objective, and yeah, that allowed KBG to actually take the kill onto Neon, but they're focusing on the objective, focusing onto the Dragon. Now it's a Rift Herald, has been taken here by KBG. They're trying to respond with a tower push here in the mid lane. It would be very difficult, but they're almost as very close to taking it down. 573 HP. I think that's very much even here for both of these teams, despite Neon getting taken down. The target here, the goal of Nova Esports is still being met. The scaling with the Dragons.
Yeah, and this is going to be here. What they are going to be looking at here for the side right here of KBG. But take a look at this fight right here, Gia.
Whoa, such a big burst, especially with the Mega Inferno Bomb as Anran just finished the kill off. Good job though by Yami, just helping out on the team as the other members of Nova Esports focus on taking that Mountain Dragon, because it's very tanky. That particular Elemental Dragon is very hard to take down, and given the amount of damage present on the scaling lineup of Nova Esports, it did require most of them, 3 in fact, to just try to dish the damage onto that Mountain Dragon.
Yeah. And if they're going to be starting something, that is going to be on the next objective. Remember, they had the Rift Herald onto the top side, giving them a bit of an advantage here for the side of KBG. That gives KG a lot more space onto the top side of the map to actually just go and farm.
2,000 gold leads so far present here on the side of KBG.
Oh my
Unrun!
gosh! The damage from Unrun. Wow, that's crazy.
And that's a Garen! In fact, the Garen has been, buffed up a little bit over the past few patches in terms of durability, especially with the second skill, but that doesn't matter here for Anran. He will pierce through every armor that this Garen has for Yai.
Does his punch? Gonna be hitting. They do have the Mega Inferno Bomb. Yami's very tanky, but the backline season. This is onto Remake, but they have long. Hero Sense is gonna hit the Ton, and he's gonna fall. KBG is gonna back away in shame.
Really good answer back there by Nova Esports, especially as long, flanks from the side. Despite them losing the tower, they're still able to pick up that kill and lose absolutely nobody in that fight. But again, let's check out the replay here in the bottom lane. Yai's even had, only losing 2 bars in that first instance, but the moment that Anna committed on that 1v1, we just saw those HP bars being deleted.
They got the kills a while ago, but right now, it's going to be something. It's going to be a challenge here for the side of Nova to make use of this disadvantage they got. Mid lane tower, top lane tower have been taken over already by KBG. A while ago, I thought Nova was the one who got the bigger advantage there during the last fight. But because KBG was able to get one caveat, one advantage, it turned the tides around, got them, netted them a lot of these towers, a lot of this map pressure that we're seeing today.
And Nova Esports are playing it a little slower right now. They're feeling the pressure actually from KBG. The tower takedowns, the kills, and especially the solo kill of Anran earlier onto Yai's. Now it's reflecting a little bit on the goal. 3,000 gold lead manifesting here on the side in favor of KBG. That can actually set up the tempo for the next objective, especially the Rift Herald. It's gonna be spawning up in the next 30 seconds, and with the split push advantage available here or present on the side of KBG, Anran can just basically take anyone down in a 1v1 sense on the side lane, allowing you know, allowing their Jax for KG to safely farm. On the other side, he's just alone there, you know, scaling up.
Infinity Orb and Rift Maker, yeah, on 10 minutes on the game. And we do have our objectives coming in. 3 seconds of the clock for the Rift Herald, and KBG is already in position. They have the chance here to actually contest this, but Nova needs to be careful on how they start this, because Yami does have the hero's entrance. Long is already going in, does have no isolation. Nova is looking for the steal that we're looking so far. We're waiting for it to actually come back. Nova is going to be coming in right there. Steal. They won't be able to get the steal. Sees it assist, and Long is going to be dead in the water.
Shield.
But the Dawning Shadow is going to be there to help him out. Yeah, he's left alone, but Aaron on the back line takes down Long, and KBG is losing a lot of their people. A lot of damage coming there, but there you go. Demotion Justice, no damage. And Nova is looking to actually come back from this fight, but they still are not going to be surviving for that long, because KBG, even if they didn't, won't be able to get this. Ocean Drake is available for them too.
They tried to steal, they tried to sustain, they tried to outlast them, but it's simply not enough, especially with the burst damage and the timing present here on the side of KBG. And we even saw Anran committing onto that kill, onto Long, using the flash, getting that numbers advantage. And when we saw, you know, the hesitations coming in the Corki, let's check out this replay right now on how it actually happened here. Mega Inferno Bomb actually doing a lot towards the HP bar of Long. When Anran's in, simultaneously they lost the Galio of Nami. And it's actually a bit questionable of Nova Esports going in once again, because we saw the hesitations coming in from Neon. The time is just not right yet for this Corki.
Yeah, now it's starting to look like the members right here at Nova are struggling to make sure of their advantage a while ago, especially during the early game. This is the problem when you have a Kha'Zix on your team and you won't be able to find any isolation plays. Yes, it should be on paper KBG would go for single target kills, but so far they have been going for these big fights and they have been winning, and that is not what I'm expecting, especially on the center composition.
You should be taking fights just yet as well here for Nova Esports. Maybe when you have the numbers advantage, maybe if you're the one who actually is starting the fight and you do see the probability of KBG not having enough time to answer back, maybe that's a good timing. But so far in the last fight that we have seen, that is a bit over ambitious here on the side of Nova Esports. And yeah, we are seeing a little bit of a gold building up on the side of KBG, 5,000 in fact. If that goes on, especially with the gold funneling towards Anran and Xiaoma, that is not gonna look good here for the next team fights here for Nova Esports.
Yeah, Nova Esports needs to be careful because they need to wait for Neon to actually come back from this game because of the items that they're going to be having in a bit. So as long as they let Neon get the items, they might still have a chance here, since the Baron is going to be the thing that they're going to be looking forward here for the next ones. And look at how fast this game is going, because everybody's just moving around. There's no stability that we're seeing. We're just seeing that KBG always has that 5k gold lead against Nova Esports, and they're keeping it at that.
Yeah. Very strong as well, setting up the vision across the map and making sure they have position advantage. Oh, RH denied. Good job there by Nova Esports.
Wasn't able to block it, or at least be able to help out the Rift Herald, but now they'll lose a bit of their lives. But I hope that would be enough to actually push KBG back, because with what we're looking at here for KBG, they do want to take the Baron. Neon does have the package if ever they want to contest this, but look at the respect that they have on KBG, because they know that they can take this pretty easily.
They have been spotted by the Scrying Orb from Nova Esports, so they are forced to back away for a little bit. Given the vision also present here on the side of Nova Esports on the Baron, that objective is no way possible to be taken here by KBG. It's now Nova Esports positioning on the top side river. Eyes on KG though. He's starting to have impact in this game given the safety provided to him in the first 15 minutes of the game. Now he does possess the hull breaker even to set up that split push for the team, as now KBG again setting up a dash brush here on the top side. Ooh, running shadow just for the checking.
Yeah, they got the vision there because of the Dawning Shadow. So KBG, one of the challenges here for the next time. Look at their scores, look at their items right now, because that is going to be disappearing later. We have 3 items on most of our players on the side of KBG. So it's going to be a challenge here for Nova. It's a good thing that we still have 3-0, even though that we're seeing fights left and right for both of our teams, because we still haven't got a lot of kills all together. But here, with them looking at the Baron, Infernal Drake is going to be coming in just a bit. They need to be careful in how they approach this next fight, especially for KBG. They're the ones who need to be careful in this next fight.
Interesting. Nova Esports are sending out Yais, the Garen, to hold off KG. But given the itemization that KG has on the Jax, it's pretty difficult to actually prevent him from taking control of a lane as a Garen. With the Divine Sunder, with the Blade of the Ruin King, oh, he's just gonna be chipped down. Now, KBG actually posing here in the bottom side river. Be going in. They actually don't. They're just making sure they have full control of the area, especially with the next dragon coming up in the next 2 seconds.
Dragon's gonna be coming up. They didn't go for the Baron take. Now, this might be the last fight that we're going to be seeing for today before they would be able to take any inhibitor turrets down. So they need to be careful in Nova, because they're the ones at the problem here. If they get taken down, this might be their last fight, because KBG could end this potentially. Now Nova drawing in, using the miss in order for them to not take this. They're taking a bit of time here for KBG. The respect that they have for each other is just showing, because they're not taking any risks on both sides.
This is a big risk for sure. Infernal Dragon being started already by KBG.
Look at Long.
Let's engage.
Yeah, starting the fight already. They have the damage on Long. They want to go in. They have the Hero Sentence coming in. They might be able to steal it, and that's going to be good. Nova was able to steal it in the end. Is this going to be a good risk? Because Yami's going to fall, and everybody's still alive. They still have the Baron coming in. They're taking a bit of time. Yami was able to get away, but KG caught in the trap. Anna's going to go in. They have the Shurikens coming in, and KBG still got the advantage in the end there. Nova, I want to take down Andron. Andron low in HP, doesn't have the Shuriken flip. It's going to be backing away from that fight.
Yeah, that is a pretty good deal here for Nova Esports. Getting the Dragon again here for their side. And yeah, you do exchange the Galio for it, but it's all okay. Yami's gonna be putting a big of a smile there, given his impactful performance in that fight as well. And that's the goal here of Nova Esports. Just try to secure the Dragons, try to get that 3 Elemental Drakes for the ultimate scaling. And this is how it happened. The nice plan coming from Long, and despite, you know, the cease and desist coming in from that, it was just not enough. Long just being really patient on that smite to take this Infernal Dragon down. It was actually interesting how they managed to stall it out as well. You know, Yami to being able to flash away from the Dragon Pit and drawing in the rest of KBG.
That's Nova's rogue right there. That he's always going to be getting all those heals. And that's why Long has this reputation of actually just securing most of these objectives from the past year. So KBG, they need to be careful about that, because the dragons that we have already for their side is already massive here. So KBG needs to be careful in this next objective fight that we're going to be having. 4K gold lead, even though that we're looking at KBG always having the advantage. Right now, the fight's going to happen. Death charge onto the back line. Mega Inferno bomb to whittle them down a bit. Long is going to be the target. But remember, he's level 15 already, even though that most of the players here of KBG had the advantage a while ago.
And it's actually nice to see that Nova Esports are being able to match the pressure that KBG is trying to put in for the past 19 minutes into the game. We do see the gold still being stuck at almost 5,000 gold lead towards KBG, but that's not stopping Nova Esports from getting a couple of wins across the map. Now, as things get complicated, with the Elder Dragon coming into play, this poses a lot of threat to both sides. Because yeah, Long is capable of stealing objectives, but if he misses by the tiniest margin, that will be the win here for KBG.
Yeah, Elder Dragon's already started no visions whatsoever on their side. So this is going to be tingling on the spider senses of Nova Esports because they know where are they going. Why are they not here? They are seeing the Elder Dragon being taken here by the side of KBG. So they're taking quite a bit of their time.
Folks.
Nova Esports need to wait on their next package. As long as they don't have that package, Neon is not going to be a big threat for KBG. That's why they're always starting this. They're taking a bit of damage. I think KBG needs to stop from taking this Elder Dragon.
Because they don't have a split pusher on the top side as of the moment. You know, KG was a little bit late going towards them as well, and because of the pokes here of Neon, it's causing a lot of pressure towards them taking tower as well. Now they stabilize a little bit, sending KG now towards top side, and we might see Nova Esports responding with a push, but this puts them in a very tight situation. Who can actually go towards the Jax? They send out Yami, but he can't actually do anything, and the Elder Dragon still being poked at here by KBG.
Yeah. Taking a bit of time here for KBG to actually start anything just yet. So with the way it's gonna go, KBG is going to be having a bit of problems here starting this Elder Dragon. Everybody's losing a bit of their utilities, which is what I like about this, that KG is free to farm. KG is just going to the side lanes, taking a bit of their items, and this is a big advantage to the team here because so far, they are the ones getting the scaling on their side. So this is why KBG is just taking this risk of risking this Elder Dragon.
And they already have taken the inhibitor tower in the top lane. That is a sizable win already. Maybe they can set up for mid lane, sending out KG. And he was at he did come from mid lane a while ago and just decided to take that tower in the top lane. Now maybe they are committing onto this Elder Dragon. They want a team fight. They want to force Nova Esports into taking at them because they know they can just face them off. Perfect execution of Anon, the Mega Inferno Bomb, all available here on the side of KBG. And now they go. Vault Breaker.
Taking a lot of damage. Yep, KBG. Looking for a chance to pounce back onto Nova, but Nova's not taking the bait because they know that KBG wants to go for a fight here. And Nova Esports are just on looking onto the side, but because of the inhibitor turret taken down top side, Nova Esports doesn't have Yitsa on this next fight. So this is a big advantage for KBG. They went in, Dredgeline onto the death charge. They want to get the kill on Yami. Yami might fall here. They still have the stasis on looking onto Yami, but the shields are there to help him out. He survives for another day. And Nova Esports also is going to survive because they still have the hero sentience.
And it was a 3 versus 4 fight. Because, you know, the Garen was still in the top lane. You know, Yais and Neon was busy trying to prevent KG from pushing down that tier 2 tower in the mid lane. So props here onto Nova Esports. Remake, Long, and Yami just doing a lot of work here in this Dragon Pit. This Elder Dragon that has been going for 3-4 minutes now in this game. And almost 4 minutes actually. The moment the dragon spawned up, KG has been poking it and trying to draw them in. Now, that charge is gonna be used. Mega.
Yeah, looking for a fight. They had a death charge. They are on looking again, and Nova Esports are just still taking the risk of not going for this. KBG, this is taking a bit of time. But if you take a look at what's happening, KBG taking a bit of advantage here. KG, Neon doesn't have any more package, and KG is just taking a lot of farm, taking a lot of items onto the side. So this is just a big advantage for KBG. Nova Esports needs to start this themselves, and KBG are not letting them to actually take it.
Yeah, this is so good coming in from Nova Esports. The defense strategy that they're doing right now is actually so beneficial to them. You know, because yeah, okay, the Jax has really good scaling for the KG. Anran is already scaled up pretty hard in this game, but you have unlimited scaling on the Senna here for remake. So as long as the game goes by, no matter how long it takes, if they are going to be able to stall the game, the better chances actually for Nova Esports to have this Senna getting the massive amount of damage and furthest from the front lines here of KBG with a huge amount of range present in this champion. I actually want to see how many stacks he has taken already in this game, but I'm afraid we won't be able to see it. Just look at the distance from where he is actually firing and onto his enemies. KBG still going with the same strategy, sending KG towards top side, while the rest actually pokes the Elder Dragon. But Neon actually is in a bit of a vulnerable position here near the red camp. But still, they do have their defenses set up, as Nova Esports is settling down with the same tactic over and over again to prevent KBG from taking this Elder.
They're not letting KBG to actually take this. Nova Esports, they're taking a bit of time here, and that's why KG onto the top side. Look at this advantage that KBG is just giving themselves. Top side is the reason why they're doing this. They're letting KG actually just fight 1v1 against Yitze. So that's why KBG is just taking this, get this to 8k, back away, try again for the next day, because at least KG is taking a lot of items against Nova. Right now might be the risk here for Long, actually wanting to try and take this. They don't have any damage here except for Long. If they try to go for this fight, this is a disadvantage. Look at the call from Long. Look at how close this call is going to be. Season desist onto the back line. They have the hero sentence coming in to stop the map from happening, and that's going to be it. But Yami going to go in just as much, was able to hit that run. It's going to fall down. Nova Esports, this is the time that they're looking for Long to take this. They can go for the Elder Dragon. This might be the time. The Khan is going to fall down. That might be the time for Nova Esports to actually take this. But right now, top side, look at this. Elder Dragon is at the ready. They have the timing just right. Nova Esports just took the risk, and they were able to win it in the end. And this might be the chance for them to actually take it. Nova Esports with the Elder Dragon just took down KBG in their own game. And this mid lane is looking like a win for them. Yami has the taunt. They're gonna fall down. An ace happened in the brink of time, and Nova Esports took the win with just one risk. Look at the face of Long. He's happy. He took that risk. They got the win. First win of the game. A comeback from Nova Esports.
Oh my gosh. 6 minutes of an Elder Dragon dance. But it is Nova Esports coming up top in that fight. The moment they got the kill onto Anne, the moment they managed to bait out the members of KBG, and props to Yize as well, holding off KG in the top lane, preventing the game